How's the camp been going?
5, I think. Yeah, it's been going well. Yeah, same as normal, really. So got over the team over SMMA. Just doing what we normally do.
Yeah. How obviously coming off the back of the Dylan Hazan fight, that looked like it was like quite a frustrating fight for you, the way it went. How looking back on it now, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, he was obviously a step in last minute because Wilson pulled out. So obviously I had to change the game plan because we knew straight away he was a wrestler. I thought I would have been able to keep it on the feet a bit more than I did, but you've got to look at his background. He's a wrestling background. He's very good. He's been to the Commonwealth. He's been to the Olympics. So he's a very elite level in wrestling. I thought he should have done a bit more, but he done what he had to do to get a win. It was frustrating. I was actually bored in periods of that fight. I like to put it on a fight on for the fans as well as myself. That's the way I fight. I'm excited. I just like fighting. So
yeah.
But it is what it is, and we move on from it.
Yeah, you said you didn't. I think you did a decent job of defending the takedowns. Obviously, he did manage to get a hold of you a bit, but obviously, he never went to the ground too much. It was obviously spent most of the fight up against the fence. But
yeah. I took some positives from it, but it's just I maybe should have just gone to my back a bit more and used my jiu-jitsu. Maybe that would have been a way out. But then I don't like giving top position away. But at the same time, then you can argue where he was hanging on my back for the whole fight. So maybe I should have give up my back and I tried to use my jiu-jitsu. But we'll learn from that, move on.
Yeah. So with Cameron Hardy coming up, obviously he's coming off a couple of losses himself. From that, have you sort of been able to create like a bit of a blueprint with your team about how you're going to go about defeating him?
To be honest, I don't really look at the opponents at all till around about now, or maybe like 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, because especially the trilogy, I've had pullouts every single card for like my last like 4 or 5 fights. I think it was only Gittins that stayed Gittins for the whole camp. So I don't get involved in like hooking myself now on one opponent until like it's nearer the time. Also, when the fight was announced, but I had a quick little look on YouTube, and then I'll forget about that and I will let my team deal with that until we're closer to the fight. I sort of know a bit about him anyway, but yeah, I know he's obviously decent. You can't go off his last loss. Obviously, Dominic Wooden's a very high caliber fighter himself. But yeah, he got stopped his last fight, which he didn't look great. But obviously, you can't just go off that because he is a decent striker. So yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting fight because he's explosive as well, like myself. And definitely got a fight of the night written all over it, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, man. You said you obviously don't look at your opponent too much until like the final week. Do you sort of keep the training quite sort of, I want to say like general, but like, you know what I mean, like not tailor it towards like your opponent's style, if like leading up to it?
Yeah. I think more like that now. Obviously, I focus in more on myself, what I'm going to do to him, and just so I'm sharp in every area, and then adapt to it. Then, like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, have a little look at him, and then just sort of work towards, because I've been so fixed before in the past on an opponent, and then he pulled out. I've gone, and the opponent have been a totally different, opponent. So in their art, I mean. So I don't really just get fixated on my opponent now until like I just said. So
yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it now. How did you get started in the sport, if you don't mind me asking?
He's still my coach now, Carl Parker. He has a gym in Blaenavon, where I'm from. He lived on the same road as my parents. So and I knew he did it at the time. I knew he had his own club, and I was like 14 at the time, 15. And I was like, I went and asked him, and I was quite mad growing up. So he was like, and you were about letting me start because I was quite wild. But no, he took me under his wing, and I just done it, just to stay fit. I'd always done football and rugby and stuff leading up to that. But yeah, I stuck at it. Just done it like twice or 3 times a week for a couple of years. And I was 17 or 18. He said, I think you're ready for a amateur fight now. I was semi-pro back then. I think you're ready for a fight, like. So I said, yeah, why not? And then I camped and had a go with it. And obviously I won the fight. But yeah, I was very sore after it. I did question myself whether it was for me or not.
Yeah.
But I go straight back to training then, and it just got off from there. I started to love it. I started to make it my lifestyle. And yeah, MMA is my life now. I love it. I training multiple times a day, and it just gone on from there. But literally, the coach, who's still my wrestling coach now, lived on the same road as my parents, and that's how I started.
Yeah. Had you heard much about the sport before you started training there then?
Not really. It wasn't very big then. It was like I knew the local men doing it then at the time, but that was about it. It wouldn't really the UFC would obviously go in, but that was like it wasn't on mainstream TV. It was on like pay-per-view and stuff like that. But no, so I didn't know a lot about it really. I just fancied a change of sport, to be honest. And then I just fell in love with it. I just loved the fact you could never really complete it. So every day you're learning something. So that I just love it, to be honest.
I wondered if you'd come from a grappling background. I know at the start of your career and your amateur career as well, you got like a lot of submissions on your record, didn't you?
Yeah. I just I might just like to rip it about on the feet, get them down and sub them. That's what I just used to like doing. But then I just thought, when my boxing came along, I just thought I'm going to keep it on the feet for a bit longer now. And this fight, and then it went from there. I started to get a few stoppages with the hands then, and then you obviously get confident. Then as the time goes on, the more fights you have, and I'm comfortable at anywhere the fight goes now. So
yeah, obviously you always hear the commentators just calling you a bit of a brawler. Would you say that's a fair assessment of you, or is that something that irritates you a bit?
That is the way I fight. I don't fight like that in the gym. Just like I think, like I don't know, just something clicks in me and I fight. And soon as I need until I catch my opponent. I catch my opponent and something must click and I just get excited and I just start like brawling. So so they have a point. But no, I don't train like that. I have very neat stand up, very good jiu-jitsu. It's just, I don't know, a bit erratic maybe. I get very excited.
Yeah, you do seem like quite a well-rounded fighter. One of my favorite fights of yours is the Liam Gittins fight. Obviously, didn't go quite the way I'm sure you'd have.
Now this one.
Obviously didn't go like quite the way I'm sure you'd have hoped, but was attacking all them like submissions in the first round, and the way he was obviously like stringing them like together from like one to another. I'm surprised you didn't catch him, but I love that in the first round.
Yeah, he's doing well in all fairness to Gittins now. He's back winning now. I think he did pick up a loss. But no, he's a very decent fighter, Gittins, fair play, and he's very gritty. He's good to watch. To be honest, I'd like to rematch him in the future. To be honest, if we both carry on winning or whatever, or I pick up another win now, I'd like to fight him again.
Yeah, you can see how well-rounded you are there. Like I say, with like the submission stuff and your striking.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, obviously, I said, is it 2013 you started fighting professionally?
I think it's around then, 13, 14, something like that. I started, yeah. By then, I think I transferred over to A Combat then. It's now called SMMA, but it's the same. It's the same people, just rebranded. I think I went professional under them in 2013. I think you're right there. I think you're right.
Yeah. So obviously, like fair to say, you've been fighting for a few years now. Like, do you think like UK MMA has sort of changed much in that time?
Oh, massively. The standard now, when you only got to look on your social media, you've got amateurs training full time. Yeah, that wasn't happening back then. And there's more gyms about, there's more coaches about. Definitely, you just only got to watch it and see. Like, I watch myself there and I'm like, wow, I was terrible then. but obviously doing well at the time. But looking back there, that's how much time you've come on. Like, there's people out there now, like, well, most people training full time, like jiu-jitsu. I don't know how they do it, mine, to be honest with you, because I'm self-employed. I am, and I got to keep that ball ticking. Obviously I got a house, I got, and you can't fight like 5 times a year to earn enough money on a domestic level to go full time. So, but I am very fortunate, you know, I can stop, go my training, go back to work. Some people got it harder again with where they, I don't know, say in a factory where they got to work their 12-hour shifts, and I don't know how they do it, to be honest. But yeah, it's come on no end for the last couple of years, and I believe by putting it on mainstream TV now, like everyone knows about it, especially my little town. Like everyone knows everyone. Obviously, McGregor was a big influence in that. I think everyone in the world knows him. But no, it's big everywhere you speak to. You only go into a shop and you'll see a couple on about it. That never happened there. It was all football, rugby, but it's massive now, and everyone is good now. We got amateurs over our gym that could go pro tomorrow.
Yeah,
and they're still amateurs. So yeah, it's come on massively, which is good for everyone.
Yeah, just the level everywhere just gone up.
Oh yeah, massively in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, every area. There's amateurs, like I said already, go pro. They could clean up a pro.
Yeah.
You know, a gym, 100%. And I was just like, the level out there now is incredible.
What are some of the amateurs out of your gym we should be watching out for then?
You've got Levi Batchelor, Kenzie Jones, he's another one. Ellis Westcott. There's just 3. There's a handful over there. But that's just 3 there who will go very, very far.
Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, definitely.
You said about becoming more mainstream as well. Obviously, Bellator's on BBC now as well.
Yeah. I to be honest, I'm at that stage in my career now. Because obviously the main aim is good Cage Warriors. They are the platform for the UFC. Yeah. Obviously, in my career now, then if they come calling, I would go. I would probably go. Obviously, negotiating money. Obviously, that's what we're all in it for at the end of the day. But yeah, they put on some good shows. Brett Johns, who's now at our club, he's obviously with Bellator. He lost his debut, but he will do very well in it. And yeah, I know a lot of fighters now who are transferring from Cage Warriors or other organizations and going to Bellator. So they're doing something right. Yeah.
What do you like about fighting for Cage Warriors?
I just like it. They're the most active promotion. They're on every couple of months. They got a show going. They've always matched every time. You know, like if there's any show, my coach gets onto them, they'll put me on it. You know, like I see a lot of promotions. I've seen boys like I'm a 1 fight a year. And I'm thinking, but I couldn't stick that. I gotta be active. I got to have my focus out. You know. And especially with the weight cuts and stuff, I like to fight regular, so you don't want to drop as much weight all the time, and just little aspects for myself. But I like the fact that Cage Warriors, they are the busiest promotion, but I'd say in Europe.
Yeah. I was gonna mention how regular you fight. How do you manage to keep that up fighting so many times a year? Do you avoiding injuries and stuff?
Yeah. You know, if we're injured, we take time off. Obviously, don't broadcast your injuries anyway, because obviously your opponents, everyone's on social media. But you know, we work around stuff. Every fighter in every camp gets an injury. That's a fact. But no, I touch wood. I won't jinx myself now, but no, I am always pretty healthy. So and I think your body just gets conditioned to all aspects when you stay active as well. Because I've had time off myself, a lot of time off, and then you've gone back and everything's worked. You know, everything, because your body's relaxed again. But I think when I'm active, and I don't have many injuries, and I just like being active. I just like it.
Yeah. Obviously, looking back on your career so far, what's been some of the biggest highlights for you?
There's a couple of them, but probably Nathaniel Wood, I expect. I know I didn't get a decision, but that was just looking back, and it was just so mad. It's just the build up on the night, it was mad. It was mad. And obviously the way the fight went wasn't even the game plan at all. But totally the opposite. But I caught him, like I said, that what I went on, what I just spoke about now. I caught him with my right hand, and then I just went mental. Then if I'd done what I done in the gym, I would have had him out there like that.
Yeah.
And everything in my career would have been a lot different then. But it is what it is, and
obviously that was the title at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think then I would have been 8-0, was it? 8-0, 9-0, something like that. At that time, I think if I would have got signed then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think wasn't Nathaniel undefeated at the time as well.
I think he'd lost like one. I think he'd lost like 1 or 2. It wouldn't a lot. And obviously, he's very, very good. Look what he's done now in the UFC. Got signed, and I still watch him now. I follow him on social media. He is a very good fighter. But I think that's the part of my career where I think things would have been a lot different if I kept my head about me in that fight. But it's done now, it's history, so we'll move on.
Yeah. When you look back at some of your older fights, do you sort of have your head in your hands a bit, thinking, oh no, I can't believe I did this, can't believe I did that? Or is it just sort of like, no, it was just, I've moved on from all that. Do you know what I mean? Do you sort of have any regrets of all that?
At the start, I always when I watch it back, I always hate watching myself back. I think, oh, that was terrible, or I don't do that in the gym. But now I just watch it back. Yeah, it is what it is. Got to win, or that loss, And I mainly watch my losses back, and I'm like, oh, I never do things like that in the gym. I just thinking, but it's all on a night. Your mind it all turns up on the night, and I'm a big believer of that because, like me, a lot of my fights, I'm nothing like that in the gym. But it's just like obviously different areas of the fight, where you catch someone early, you're not going to be composed. You've got the fans there, everyone cheering, you're thinking, oh, he's gone, at that specific time. Obviously, can't tell you what you're thinking at the time, but I assume that's what I'm thinking. And you just know, oh, that was terrible. But no, I watch them back now, and it is what it is. Move forward, and I keep moving forward. People like watching me. When I'm winning, I just got to get the W's now, especially in my career now. Just get a few W's and see where it takes me. Could be Bellator. If I put a good streak together, could be the UFC. Who knows?
Yeah. Why do you think your fight's so different on fight night compared to in the gym? Do you think it's just the excitement of all the fans around you?
I think it is, yeah. I think it's just the fans who obviously it's different. You walk out to be music. It's like more of a fight. It's like you sparring. You obviously they're my best friends now. So I train that much. I train with them now. They are my mates now. I see my schoolmates and my friends. I don't know, say once a week, once a fortnight. My social life. Then I see my gym buddy every single day. And obviously you don't hit your friends, your sparring partners, because injuries you can't hit them like you would in a fight. I think that's it. I don't know. I just as soon as I catch them, I just get so excited. I just think, right, half the day's just done, But I think, if I was more composed, and I think it will come. It will come. And when it does, I think that's when I'll go on another streak. Then I think hopefully it'll start now in a week's time.
Yeah. As soon as you catch them in the fight, you're just like, right, early finish. Let's get out of there.
Even if I'm on the floor, on the deck, I just try and everywhere I am, I want to finish the fight. Yeah. I absolutely hate going a distance because one, bigger promotions won't look at you. Two, people won't find you exciting and won't watch you fight. But I moan about the way I fight, but everyone wants to watch me.
Yeah.
As soon as it goes on the internet, they're like, oh, when you fight them, when you fight this. So people like to watch. So I can't knock it too much so I'm obviously doing something right.
Yeah. Obviously, you mentioned your title fight being one of the highlights of your career for you. But what's been one of your favorite wins so far? Probably against Brian Creighton about 2 fights ago. Yeah.
I stayed a lot more composed. That was more my gym self coming out. It was something for myself that I liked.
Was that the one with the knee to the that bit?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
No,
he's a decent guy as well. And I just showed more of my gym self then. I didn't rush in. I stayed a bit more composed. And then I got the fit. I went a bit mad at the end when I caught him again. You could see a glimpse in that fight. As soon as I caught him, I got excited. But I was obviously thinking more like normally I just stand there and try to hit him with the hands, but obviously I switched up to the knee, which stopped the fight. It was more my gym self. So that was probably up there with one of my best because I was more like myself, how I should fight. So probably that fight for myself.
more composed, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Every win's obviously good because you're just like, yeah, it's got to win, happy day to move on. But
Yeah.
for myself, it was like more of myself from the gym, and yeah, I like that win.
Yeah. Can we get a prediction? Your obviously fight coming up with Cameron.
I can't see it going a distance.
No.
No chance. Yeah, he's explosive. I'm explosive. It's going to be fireworks. Obviously he's a tough lad, but I do think I'll get him out of there. I definitely get him out of there before the fight's over.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, both tough lads, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. Yeah. No, appreciate you talking to him. I'm looking forward to it.
No problem, mate. No problem at all.
Yeah.